There is a place, nestled between hills and rivers, where the golden sunset dances across the sky. The village of Kibanda, a peaceful and vibrant settlement, is home to people who live in harmony with the earth. The rhythm of the day is marked by the laughter of children, the sound of drums, and the chatter of elders under the great baobab tree. The village is known far and wide for its culture of dance, with young and old alike participating in sacred rituals and celebrations. Among the children in Kibanda was a young girl named Imani. She was unlike the others in many ways, not only because of her radiant skin, dark as the soil after the rains, but also because of the grace in her movements when she danced. Yet despite this, Imani's heart was heavy, for she did not feel beautiful like the other girls in the village. She longed to be light-skinned, like many of her peers. It was a feeling she had never fully understood, but it lingered quietly in the background of her thoughts, like a shadow. You see, in Kibanda, as in many places across the land, beauty was often associated with fair skin. When people spoke of beauty, they spoke of the soft glow of light, the kind of beauty that belonged to the daughters of wealthier families or those who had traveled to the big cities far from the village. Imani's mother, Mama Amina, was a seamstress who made beautiful clothes for all the villagers, but Imani couldn't help but notice that the women in the village with lighter skin often received the most attention for their beauty, especially when they danced. Imani loved to dance. When the elders held the seasonal festivals, she was always among the first to take to the village square, her bare feet feeling the warm earth beneath her as she swirled and spun to the beats of the drums. But the other dancers, those with lighter skin and more delicate features, seemed to shine in a way she couldn't. The other girls, especially Adama, her best friend, seemed to glide across the earth like the wind itself. They always performed with such confidence, their movements so natural, their skin glowing under the sun as if they had been kissed by the gods. One evening, after the festival ended, Imani sat alone beneath a tree near her home. The laughter of the others echoed from the square, but she felt disconnected, like a spectator in her own life. "Why can't I be more like them?" she whispered to herself. "Why is my skin so dark, and why does it make me feel so invisible?" Mama Amina, who had been observing her daughter quietly, came over and sat beside her. She didn't ask what was wrong because she knew. Over the years, she had seen the way Imani's confidence had slowly waned. She took Imani's hand and said gently, "Imani, my dear, the earth has many colors, many faces. The sun kisses all of us differently, but it does not make one more beautiful than another. Do you not see the way the land glows after the rain? The deep green of the forest, the rich soil beneath our feet? Your beauty is as deep and as rich as the land we live on." But Imani, with her young heart still searching for validation, did not understand. The next day, an invitation arrived for the Dance of Dusk and Dawn competition, the most prestigious event in the village. It was a competition where dancers showcased their talent, but it was also a celebration of beauty and grace, and it was open to all who wished to perform. Imani's heart leapt with excitement, but then the doubt crept in. She knew that if she entered, she would be competing against girls like Adama, who were known for their poise and fairness. How could she, with her dark skin, possibly stand out? The village elder, Nana Kofi, who had seen many generations of dancers come and go, took notice of Imani's hesitance. He had heard the whispers of doubt in the wind and knew what needed to be done. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the village gathered around the fire, Nana Kofi called Imani forward. "Imani, come," he said. "You are not a girl who dances for show. You are not meant to compete with others. You are meant to show the world the dance of the earth itself, the dance of all that is strong and beautiful in our land." Imani stood before the elders, feeling the weight of his words. "But Nana Kofi, my skin, it's too dark. I can never dance like Adama. I can never be as beautiful as the others." Nana Kofi smiled, his eyes full of wisdom. "Child, beauty is not in the lightness of skin. It is in the rhythm of your spirit. The earth does not choose its soil based on color, it chooses based on strength. Your skin, Imani, is like the midnight sky, and when the stars shine upon it, it will outshine the moon. You need only to believe in yourself, and the dance will flow from your soul. That night, Imani lay in her bed, turning over Nana Kofi's words in her mind. The next day, when the dance competition began, she stood at the edge of the circle, her heart pounding. Adama was already performing, her movements like water, graceful and smooth, but Imani felt a new resolve within her. It was her time to show the world her own dance. As the drums began to beat, Imani stepped into the center of the circle. The sun was setting and the sky was painted in deep hues of orange and purple, just like the rich color of her skin. Imani felt the rhythm of the drums pulse through her, and something inside her shifted. She no longer saw herself as less than or different from the other girls. Instead, she became one with the earth beneath her feet, one with the rhythm of the village, one with the stories of her ancestors. She danced, not to win, but to show the beauty in being herself. With every turn, she felt the weight of her insecurities fall away, and with every step, she became more confident in the girl she was becoming. The crowd was silent for a moment, as if holding its breath, and then it erupted into applause, not for her appearance, but for the power of her presence. Her dance was unlike any other, raw, untamed, and beautiful in its authenticity. When Imani finished, she stood tall, a smile spreading across her face. It wasn't just a victory for her. It was a triumph for every girl in the village who had ever felt overlooked because of their skin, their heritage, or their body. From that day forward, Imani knew that beauty wasn't a standard set by others. It was something she could define for herself. The elders declared that Imani's dance would be remembered for generations, and that her story would inspire all those who felt invisible. As for Imani, she no longer worried about her skin or how others saw her. She had learned that her true beauty lay not in the light of others, but in the light she carried within herself.